Welcome back. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because, well, we are looking at something genuinely fascinating. Usually, we're dissecting academic studies, maybe data reports or historical documents. But today we're analyzing the transcript of what claims to be a high-intensity, 20-minute physical workout. But as we dig into the text, we quickly figure out that the heavy lifting happening here isn't physical at all. It's actually this profound, turbulent, and wildly intense psychological journey.
Okay, let's just dive right into it. When you read a title like 20-minute ultimate ab workout, your brain immediately gears up for instructions on crunches, Russian twists, and planks. You're fully expecting a trainer yelling out rep counts and fixing your form. But when we actually analyze the complete transcript of this specific routine, we find absolutely zero fitness instructions. Literally none. Instead of a guide to physical exertion, the text is a pure, unfiltered stream of emotional consciousness.
So instead of keep your core tight, we get incredibly raw lines like, I am so alienated sitting on planet X. I'm becoming the person I've hated. That is the stark reality of the text we're exploring today. We aren't embarking on a physical exercise routine. We are diving headfirst into a dramatic, deeply vulnerable emotional workout. And today, we're going to treat this psychological descent with the exact same structured analysis as a physical training program.
To make sense of this beautifully chaotic stream of consciousness, we're going to structure our explainer into 5 distinct phases: the unexpected core material, isolation on planet X, the breakdown of emotional defenses, moving like a hurricane, and finally, the psychological cooldown.
Starting with Section 1, the unexpected core material, reframing the workout.
This is where we have to reframe the entire concept of the source text. We have to stop looking for physical exercises and realize that the lyrics themselves are the workout. This brilliantly illustrates exactly how the text functions over time. By taking these chaotic looping lyrics and mapping them onto a traditional 20-minute workout timeline, a really clear structure emerges. We've got a 5-minute warm-up of alienation, a grueling 7-minute set of emotional surrender, a massive 6-minute high-intensity climax we're calling the hurricane, and a final 2-minute exhausted cooldown. We've literally turned emotional stages into reps and sets.
Moving to Section 2, Isolation on Planet X, the starting line.
Think about it. Any grueling workout requires a very specific, often isolating mental state before you even begin. The text establishes that starting line perfectly by designating a zone called Planet X. It's kind of like the locker room of the mind. It's a designated psychological space of profound alienation. The subject of the text is sitting there, completely disconnected, confronting a deep internal friction, literally admitting that they're becoming the person they've hated. It's that heavy, reluctant dread you feel right before you start a massive physical challenge, but here, it's translated entirely into emotional isolation.
Now, what's really interesting here is the specific type of resistance being mapped out. The text reads, I can tell you what I feel now, been biting my tongue for a while, I'm too afraid to be rejected, it's so expected. In a normal physical workout, your initial resistance is gravity against muscle. But here, the initial resistance, the burn, is vulnerability. It's the hesitation to speak up, the crushing fear of expected rejection. The workout has officially begun, and the emotional friction is already incredibly high.
On to Section 3, the breakdown of defenses, wearing down barriers.
As we push past that initial resistance, the looping, repetitive nature of this text actually begins to wear down the subject's emotional barriers. The parallel here is undeniably striking. Just look at the language from the source text. This thing is making me soft, giving into my damn heart. You're breaking down my defenses. No way back. The title of the routine promises to make your core hard, right? But the actual text is explicitly about becoming soft. It's a total subversion. The physical exertion implied by a 20-minute core session is perfectly mirrored by the emotional exhaustion required to just give into your damn heart.
So the absolutely crucial point is this fundamental conflict. On the one hand, my head tells me to stop. On the other hand, but there is nothing I can do. Anyone who has ever hit the wall during an intense workout knows exactly what this means. Your brain is literally screaming at you to quit, but some deeper instinct forces you to push through. The text captures this profound insight into human endurance, linking an overwhelming psychological surrender directly to the concept of physical perseverance.
To push through that mental block, the text utilizes heavy repetition, which functions exactly like workout mantras. I don't know why it's like a charge. I can never hit the brakes. I want to be the one that makes your heart run wild. Don't want to lose, yeah. The transcript repeats these phrases over and over and over again. And this isn't just poetic styling.
It's simulating the rhythmic pacing of a challenging physical set. These are the internal chants you use to build intensity, the rhythm you breathe to when you simply cannot hit the brakes.
Section 4, moving like a hurricane, the climax.
So that rhythm accelerates us right into the climax of the workout. The emotional heart rate is peaking, the adrenaline is pumping, and the energy just explodes here. You're getting into trouble, you kind of like a fire, unpredictable, so original. Notice how the focus shifts completely from internal dread and isolation to an external, fiery chaos. We're fully in the high-intensity interval training phase of the text now. It's fast, it's breathless, and it is entirely unpredictable.
And the momentum just keeps building. I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. This is the absolute peak. This is maximum effort, the top of your VO2 max, the emotional equivalent of an all-out sprint. The subject is fully committed to the exertion, embracing the rush and completely detached from the fear of failure they were holding on to back on Planet X.
And then we get this incredible line. Build to knock down, it's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. This is the ultimate and honestly, arguably accidental metaphor of the entire source text. In fitness, building to knock down is literally the definition of muscle hypertrophy. You tear muscle fibers down so they build back stronger. But here, it's the definition of their emotional hurricane. They're destroying their defenses to achieve an emotional high. It's a truly spectacular climax.
Which brings us to Section 5, the psychological cool-down, lingering fatigue.
But obviously, a hurricane can't last forever. The sprint is over, and the heart rate has to drop. Watch how this softly unravels. Late at night when I'm all alone, try not to think about it. Invade my mind with your memory. The fiery energy of the hurricane is completely gone. The workout is over, the gym is empty, and the subject is just left in the quiet, lonely aftermath. The physical toll has fully transitioned into a lingering, haunting mental fatigue.
Just look at how fragmented the text becomes at the very end. When you're down and you stare at your window open, fed up with heartbreak and you know, the sentences don't even finish. It's the exact linguistic equivalent of someone hunched over, staring blankly, completely breathless. They've survived a massive internal struggle, and all that's left is the quiet, fed-up reality of an open window and a very tired heart.
Which leaves us with one incredibly profound question drawn directly from the themes of this completely unexpected source material. Look at your own daily routines, your own grueling sets and reps, whether they're at the gym, at work, or even in your relationships. Are we working out to build our defenses up, or ultimately, are we exerting all this effort just to find a safe way to break them down? It's a fascinating lens through which to view our own endurance. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.